what do you think is the most popular youth sport there is? If you had to take a guess.
If I had to take a guess, the most popular youth sport, I feel like this is a trick question right
No,
here.
I mean, I don't know the exact
I
answer.
feel like there's probably more youth athletes playing this sport than any youth sport. I'd probably say volleyball.
See, I'd say soccer.
I was thinking
So
soccer too. I was thinking soccer.
Soccer mom, right?
Yeah.
You know, no offense to the soccer dads, but everybody starts at the basic with soccer, right? When you're 3 years old,
Right. That's true.
YMCA or whatever league, you know, we all started soccer, and just to really see where these club teams have grown to in soccer.
That's true.
You know, so I think that's the foundation sport, because everybody in almost every sport, what do? You run.
Right. And you know what? In soccer, you get 11 people on the team. You know, football too, but you know, soccer.
Most popular sport in the world.
Soccer. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're right.
Football,
you know,
considered football. Only in America we call it
and we
soccer.
trash. And we
yeah.
trash.
Yeah. Especially because we got foreign parents, right?
Yeah. You know, everywhere but United States. But look, MLS, we starting to like adapt our teams like Austin FC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, FC Dallas, you know, so we're adopting those like European names to our American culture. But, you know, I want to talk about just grassroots in general. You know, the definition of grassroots in Oxford Dictionary is basic level foundation of any organization. Now, we could talk about rudimentary, the meat and potatoes, you know, however way we want to talk about the beginning, the genesis. But what do you think is like the real definition of grassroots?
Man, I think grassroots is starting, really what it says, starting from the beginning, starting from the bottom. Grassroots, right? The roots.
Yeah.
This is where it all starts from. And, you know, in business, most businesses, when they have anything grassroots, they actually lose money. Because grassroots is everything's given out for grassroots. But now with grassroots sports, it's become something where they make so much money of, like, you know, maybe the teams or the coaches, or, you know, it's become business. And I think I was looking at a stat where it said that Disney, which has, you know, Disney, we talk about Disney, everybody thinks about Disney World and then the Disney production, the movies. Yeah. That they've invested so much in grassroots.
Really?
They expect that the youth sports is going to be a $70 billion yearly business by the time I think 2030, which is not that far away, right? That's 7 years, 6 years from now. So, but grassroots is just the bottom, and it's just been something that people have found a way to capitalize and make into business.
You know, Disney been at the youth sports grassroots level for a minute. Remember the Wild World of Sports? Yeah. They had a whole complex, all youth. So they've been in the youth sports game for a minute.
Yeah. So you know, it's kind of you know, it's amazing to see where it's come from. But for me, what grassroots really, what I look for it is the teaching, like anything, the foundation of teaching, and it's just, as we dig into this, we find out, have we gotten away from that?
Yeah.
Have we got too much into just what we can capitalize on financially with people? And are we not teaching, not just the fundamentals of these sports, but also are we teaching these life lessons? Because in grassroots, we got our roots, which are our children, our youth.
Yeah.
And that's what has to develop into the future of these athletes and so on. And then there's another thing is, here in America, are we way off compared to like these European models with the development where these guys are, these club teams where they are teaching them young? Yeah. And it's basically sports school, right? Yeah. It's 3 hours of 2 hours of education and 6 hours of soccer, or basketball or whatever they're teaching. You know, there's something to think about. But the development, their development structure has been amazing. Our athletes are next level, but their foundation from development is
talking about European development, the last couple NBA MVPs, where they've been from, Europe. But you know, I want to talk about just because you've been in the game for almost 20 years when it comes to youth sports, and I know that we talk about rap, hip hop, music, and even movies when it comes to our youth, what they're watching and all that kind of. So I got a movie question for you. So remember the movie Book of Eli with Denzel Washington?
One of my favorite movies.
Okay, so in the end of the, I don't want to there's spoilers out there. If y'all ain't ever seen Book of Eli, turn this off real quick or pause it before I'll give you a spoiler alert. But at the end of the movie, he had to remember all the definitions and all the scriptures of the Bible by his head, and he got to put it down on paper. So I'm gonna give you a little Book of Eli, a Book of Christian question.
Book of Christian, right?
So if you had to write down and recite just one sentence that describes youth sports or just grassroots, what would it be?
Wow. Well, if I had to say one term, I'd say foundation. Break it down into a sentence or a phrase to really describe it.
This the Book of Christian. Hey, we at the apocalypse. I want to know what this is. 2099. I need to know what grassroots means. And the expert.
The origin of our future in athletics.
Ooh, I like that. The origin of our future. Hey, put that on a t-shirt out there. Apollo Media, we need to put that on a t-shirt. The origin. Yeah. Do it one more time.
The origin of the future of athletics.
Ooh.
But now here's the flip side. Anytime you got the origin, if that origin, that beginning is not grown, is not nurtured, is not watered the right way, then that outcome is not going to be a pleasant one, not going to be one that's desirable to watch